Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, Mike Zamra,
Stuart Sinclair.
and this is the Stu and Mike Show.
So today is what are the...
Did you look at the notes?
I did look at the notes
Okay, good.
because we are
I look at the
prepared.
notes.
No, we're prepared,
Okay,
actually.
perfect.
So what are the best investments? And, sorry, let me go to the notes. The best investments we've made in our real estate careers.
So my question to you was:
Yes, sir.
was it like a financial investment? Was it personal development? Like, what investments are we talking about? I guess
And
open.
it hasn't been detailed in our notes.
It
so
hasn't.
I believe whatever you feel like,
Okay.
you can answer it.
In my real, I would have to say the best investment was anything personal investment. I think that was huge. It's funny because I had this conversation I won't disclose, with some other people.
You can say people's names.
No, I don't want to, because then I end up being the asshole.
Are they famous?
I end up being an
I
asshole
know that
son.
you're like...
then I'm the asshole son, right? So
Oh, yes.
yes. So it's
Well,
my sister. But
I just thought you were going to start name dropping now that you are famous.
No, I'm joking. No.
You did a movie. You shot a movie?
I did. Yeah. I'm doing the star on the Walk of Fame.
Yeah. I'm actually heading to California to put that star down.
There you go. Yeah. Perfect. No, I think like personal investment. I think we're quite fortunate enough that in our career that we consistently have to take stock of ourselves.
Okay.
I think at least for me, on a continuous basis. And I think some people...
You mean check yourself before you wreck yourself?
check yourself before you're really going, like, you can tell you're going to LA tomorrow.
Okay, go.
So, no, because I think, like, we're only as good and we always have to keep on improving. And I think we're forced to do that in our industry.
100%.
I think other industries, corporate world, stuff like that, there's some people that actually get very complacent. And it still happens in our industry, but more so in just, you get a paycheck every 2 weeks, I do my work, and it's just, they're never going to progress in life.
But it's not them progressing. Life progresses, and you have to keep up with it.
I guess that's a good way of putting it.
So,
Ferris Bueller.
Ferris Bueller.
Right?
Yeah.
The little...
Life, life's too short if you don't sniff flowers and shit.
Yeah,
Whatever,
they'll pass you by.
Whatever. Yeah, no, I agree. There's, I won't say any names as well. It's nobody famous, but I was told about a salesperson that had a big account, and each year he would just go in and say hi, and eventually some young dude came in and took that account over. And, he took it for granted and didn't better himself, and it's important. I agree with you. I think that your self-improvement, especially these days with TikTok.
I've had it happen to me. These last 2 years, it's actually happened to me where someone in my farm area has taken a few listings.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, like, get off your fucking high horse. You're not who you think you are. Get going to get what you did to get business, and stop thinking you're too good for everything.
Don't be complacent.
Not at all, and don't think that I can let my foot off the gas in that aspect.
And that
right?
happens. It's happened to me lots of times.
Right.
So, I know one of the best things that I ever did in my career, and to this day I still tell people about it, is when I first got into the business. I had this flashy Corvette, and it was saved all my money for so many years and bought this car, and I sold it when I got into real estate, and it was to help pay for my marketing.
Huh.
And I remember that marketing, I was sad to sell this car, but I was like, I'm going to invest it into myself. And fuck, that's 20 years ago.
Wow.
That's insane.
Do you still have any of those flyers from 20 years ago?
I do.
You do?
I do.
Was there one thing that you can say, this really helped me
Skyrocketed me?
Not even skyrocketed, because I personally think nothing really skyrockets you. I think you look back on it and you say it skyrocketed, but there's this constant progression over the years that we don't see, and then we feel it skyrockets, right?
I think that is being consistent and putting it into a system. Those are two things that I've always done. I've actually slacked a little bit from COVID, but there's getting a listing, getting a buyer. It's all put into a system. And it's all done the exact same way, whether it's a $9 million property or a $700,000 property, right? We get the pictures, get the this, get the that, do it, and it's easier for me because I don't have to think about it, right?
Well, it's now repetition, muscle memory. But I remember meeting you years ago at a party, and you came in with a striped thing, and I remember you had a hole in your sock. We had those wool socks, whatever. And I remember you saying, like, you go to a list. This is how you go to a listing appointment.
Yeah.
And this is how I talk to my clients, and this is what I do. And I think so my point behind that is it's different for everybody.
That I need new socks?
Well, no, I guess, well, yeah. You sold the vet, and I have holes in your socks. What can I say? But it's different for everybody. So being consistent and having systems doesn't necessarily mean, I mean, as soon as I heard that, I thought, okay, suit, all this other stuff. But that's not what it means, being consistent and having a system and doing all this other stuff.
Yep.
It's even, the common denominator of that is the actual work. It's irrelevant sometimes because you're selling farm property up in Caledon, you're selling to horse farms and stuff like that. And like you said, yeah, if I go in there with a suit and these Gucci shoes and
shit.
all that crap, but like you probably wouldn't get the listing in that sense.
No. So my thing is always making feel. My thing is to make people feel comfortable. That, I'm not like the principal in the suit and whatever. I want them to be able to relate. I always, tell a story, whatever the story is that relates to them. But it's what I do. And people, whether they're impressed or they're not, if they want me to wear a suit, I don't want to work with them.
There you go.
Right. So,
and that's the biggest thing is like people don't understand that you're not going to work with everybody, and you don't want to work with everybody. I want to attract the people that I want to work with.
Yep.
And I'm not going to attract that person that drives whatever the Lamborghini and lives whatever. Like that's not my clientele.
Yeah.
Like I'd love to deal with those people, and there's some of those people that are perfect for me, but for the most part, and I think we're probably stereotyping in that sense. But yeah, I want to attract the people that want to work with me, right? Like,
well, it just makes life easier.
Yeah.
I have some clients that were referred to me, and one of the things I said to them is I want them to become my cheerleaders. I want them to be happy after the transaction's done, keep in touch. And when they think, real estate, or they hear of real estate, I want them to choose me. Right. And they really like that. I said, my work is based on how happy you guys are, because you're going to tell somebody else to use me. So,
and I follow the same protocol as like I want to exceed your expectations.
Yeah,
after we're done here,
Yep.
my job is to exceed your expectations.
Yep.
And if I've done that, then my job is complete.
Yep.
So consistency, systems are a huge thing.
Systems awesome, yeah.
What would be the one biggest advice that you would give somebody right now?
The biggest advice to somebody, actually, we had a
like an investment as far as themselves. What would be that one thing? Someone's getting involved in real estate. What would be? We'll end on this.
Even though it's COVID and you're not supposed to be close to people, be around people that are doing well, like agents that are doing well, and feel free to ask them questions. People ask me questions all the time. I am sitting there. I'll talk to them, but listen to what the people that are successful are doing and do it. It's not rocket science. You're not inventing the wheel.
It's funny because the guy that when I first started. Great agent, and he would show me everything.
Yeah.
Here's your list. Here's the listing agreement. And I asked him. I said, Jerry, like, why are you showing me this shit? He goes, Mike, I show everybody this.
Yeah.
And you know what? Nobody will do exactly. No one will do. I can tell you how to make 300,000, but 90% of the people won't do it. And that's the funny thing about our industry. So
we're getting the wrap up sign from the
guy
big
in the blue
guy.
shirt.
Yeah, blue shirt guy.
Yeah.
So follow us on stuff and things. Instagram,
stuff and things. Just follow us on stuff and things.
We don't have
Stu and Mike show.
at the Stu and Mike show.
Not Stuart. Keep on saying Stuart. Why do you formal today or what?
I don't know. At the Stu and Mike show, follow us Instagram, Facebook, and podcast, Spotify, and Apple maybe.
Apple, I guess. Yeah, it depends on.
I don't know. Guy in the blue shirt's got to fix all that stuff. Guy. So until next time, I'm Stuart Sinclair.
I'm Michael Samra.
Have a great day. Make sure you check out the Stu and Mike show on all major platforms.
Like, follow, and subscribe.